Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Langley Event Center for the 2018 BC Secondary School Girls AA Basketball Championships. Today's championship game features the GW Graham Grizzlies from Chilliwack and the South Kamloops Titans. GW Graham Grizzlies, forward number 1, Sydney Frace. Guard number 2, Kennedy Campbell. Another guard number 3, Sophia Armengol. Guard number 4, that's Megan Owens. Another guard number 5, Jaya Bannerman. Guard number 6, that's Sydney Owens. Forward number 7, that's Nicole Campbell. And a guard number 8, Camry Warren. Guard number 9, Eliza Dewick. Forward number 10, that's Julia Sprott. Another forward, number 11, Julia Tuchscherer. Guard number 12, that's Taylor Nicholson. Forward number 14, she's Deanna Tuchscherer. And a guard number 15 is Sydney Ma. And finally at forward number 16, Kennedy Hall. Coaches for the Grizzlies, Sarah Moritzen, Sarah Barrow, Ken Heiss. The GW Graham Grizzlies. Now the lineup for South Kamloops. She's a forward number 4, that's Maddie Gobey. Guard number 5, Lexi Foley Norris. Forward number 6, Rokia Deu. And a guard number 7, Lauren Wackley. Another guard, number 9, that's Catherine Wackley. Guard number 10, Max Kopitko. At guard number 11, she is Fiona Briscoe. Forward number 14, Olivia Morgan Churches. And finally, at forward number 15, Kendra McDonald. Coaches for South Kamloops, Del Komarniski, Rachel Lee, Ken Olenek, and Dave Whalen, the South Kamloops Titans. The officials for this championship game, Albertine Kajowski and Scott McCrory. Now at this time, we ask you all to please rise, remove your hats, and join Mackenzie Duffel in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And as they bring up the house lights, we are back in business. Game number 2 of 3 on Championship Saturday here from the Langley Events Center, the 2018 BC Girls High School Basketball Championships 2A final on the line. The South Kamloops Titans against Chilliwack's GW Graham Grizzlies. The Grizzlies making their first Senior Girls Varsity Championship Finals appearance in school history. South Cam Titans,
with
of course,
the championship of British Columbia on the line.
Level,
who's ready for some basketball?
And Morgan Churches and Tuchscherer with that jump ball. It's going to go to the Grizzlies as we start off with the point guard Jaya Bannerman quickly to Duick. And GW Graham with their big win yesterday over the Britannia Bruins, wanting to keep that magic going, but this ball is going to be intercepted by the Titans. 2-on-1 down the floor. And Catherine Walkley a bit anxious there with the handle. The ball will get turned over and it'll be Grizzlies basketball. Sarah Moritzen, the head coach of this Chilliwack-based GW Graham Grizzlies team. Del Komarniski on the other side is assistant, none other than the Okanagan Dean Ken Olynyk. The pull-up from 15, and that's going to be Lauren Walkley knocking down the jump shot as she pulls up from the free throw line. 2-0 South Cam. This Titans team, what a job they did yesterday, and we'll get to Maddie Gobet, number 4, the guard who had such a terrific game yesterday with 35 points in the victory. Deanna Tuchscherer there with the basketball. It's going to get turned over and it'll be South Cam's basketball. South Cam with a 71-52 win over St. Thomas Aquinas in North Vancouver yesterday. South Cam already with that 2-0 lead. Lauren Walkley to skip underneath. And just like that, going right to the basket, Kendra McDonald. So 4-0, some efficiency in the offense here for South Cam in the early going. Sydney Frace, number 7 with the basketball. Tuchscherer wanting to back in, rips it away. Showing the strength there, Deanna Tuchscherer will lay the ball up and in and get the Grizzlies on the scoreboard for the first time today. McDonald, Lauren Walkley setting the off the McDonald screen. A give and go right to the rack, and Kendra McDonald has a couple of baskets in this game. Certainly not targeting her to be the leading scorer on this team, but what a great job she did going to the basket, efficient early. Maddie Gobet, number 4, has not even touched the basketball. She's averaged 33.5 points a game the last 2 games. Here's Tuchscherer, the turnaround kick. Sydney Frace for 3, off the mark, but Jaya Bannerman right underneath the basket. And Jaya, the recent Trinity Western signee who will play in this very gym over her university career, lays it up and into the biggest game of her life. Gobet now with the basketball underneath. McDonald wants to get it. She does. She's 3 for 3 from the field. She scored 6 of the 8 points for South Cam early. And a great start for number 15, Kendra McDonald. Bannerman playing some catch with fellow senior Sprott. Can't get that one to fall. Tuchscherer getting on the ground for a rebound. Gobet is there as well as Catherine Walkley. So a big scramble for a loose ball there. Bannerman set the inbound. New shot clock here. Tuchscherer will take the 3 ball. Great job underneath by Frace, but Morgan Churches with that 6'6" frame extends and blocks the shot underneath. And South Cam with the 8-4 lead and the basketball. Just underway here in the early moments of the 2018 BC Girls AA Championship Final, and the shot for 3. Catherine Walkley off the mark. Churches with the rebound is going to throw it to an empty wing and right into the GW Graham bench. So a turnover there. Jaya Bannerman now with the basketball. Back to Sprott, back to Frace, and they'll move it around the perimeter. Duick, Bannerman for 3 from the corner. Jaya knocks it down. The big triple for Jaya Bannerman, and it's a 1-point game at 8-7. Bannerman was not a 3-point shooter heading into this season. Talking with head coach Sarah Moritzen yesterday and really explaining how it's made her the total package on the floor. That 3 ball put up by Catherine Walkley, and the rebound ripped down by Julia Sprott. Tuchscherer, the entry, but active hands on defense there from Walkley, Catherine Walkley. Eliza Duick, couple of bounces, gets it back up. Deanna for 3 from the top. Tuchscherer knocks it down. Not only is she going to dominate inside, but that soft, deft shooting touch from beyond the arc. Deanna Tuchscherer knocks down the big 3. And here's a steal now by Bannerman. She tries to split the defense there of Walkley and McDonald. But 10-8 is our score here. GW Graham, first time in the semifinal, and now first time ever in a senior varsity championship final. They'll turn it over, and very quickly down the floor, Lauren Walkley will lay it up and in, and she'll knot the score here at 10. Sydney Frace, great job rebounding the basketball yesterday for number 7. Tossed out to Sprott from Tuchscherer. Kick back to Bannerman for 3. She hit one from that very spot just a second ago. Maddie Gobet. Gobet will get the ball out. It's a different strategy for Gobet not to be touching the ball much as Lauren Walkley misses on the layup. But Gobet really hasn't done a whole lot here, and we're past the midway mark of the opening quarter. 35 points yesterday, 32 the game before that. Rebound to Tuchscherer, turns around and she's going to lay it up and in. The power underneath, dominating the matchup, and they need Churches down there to try and impede, at least as a shot blocker, the power of Deanna Tuchscherer down low. Back up top to Lauren Walkley. Move it around the horn here. Shot clock's under 10. Gobet now with the basketball. Maddie wants to drive it. She puts it in the paint, puts up a floater, and is going to get the roll. Maddie Gobet, first offensive foray results in a basket for number 4, who of course went 17 of 17 from the free throw line yesterday. I think there were 14 fourth quarter trips. An amazing game for Maddie Gobet yesterday in the win over St. Thomas Aquinas. Here is Bannerman kicking back. Eliza Duick weaving through traffic. Duick off the window, can't get it to go. A scramble, they're on the floor. And that is Sydney Frace battling hard. Olivia Morgan Churches reaching in there, but the jump ball called, and good job there by Morgan Churches to get a jump ball. South Cam basketball. So the Titans and the Grizzlies locked at 12 here, 6.5 minutes into our championship final. Gobet, Lauren Walkley, she will rattle home a triple. So Lauren Walkley makes it 15-12. Great job there from Walkley. And there's Duick. She is adept at knifing through the defense. She glides. She's got a quick first step and a confident dribble. So Eliza Duick with a great job there. Moving around the horn here for the Titans. It's Lauren Walkley again. This time penetration into the paint. Pivoting, kicking back out. Almost stolen away, but sister Catherine with the basketball. Cross-court pass. McDonald elbow jumper. off the back iron, and Tuchscherer with the rebound. Tuchscherer back up to Sprott at the top. Jaya Bannerman now. Dewick. Shot clock's under 10 here for GW Graham. Brace for the entry down low. Tuchscherer, one bounce, huge turnaround move, and actually went for a reverse. Underneath, couldn't get it to go. So keep that South Cam lead at 15-12. They've got the basketball, and Catherine Walkley is going to tee up a 3-ball. So both of the Walkleys have knocked down triples here in this quarter. We are now 8 minutes in to the girls' AA championship final. Jaya Bannerman, the jump shot, she'll knock it down. Jaya so solid, already with a triple. Both of these teams used to the sightlines in this gym. They were both here at the Samura Basketball Invitational to start the season in mid-December. There is Kendra McDonald now with 8 of her team's 20 in this basketball game. What a great job she's done. Maddie Gobet with 35 points yesterday has 2 in this opening quarter. Frace now with the basketball. Sydney getting a tough battle from Lauren Walkley. Skip down low. Sprott will kick it back up top. Dewick, the 3-ball, doesn't draw any iron there. And South Cam with a chance to build on a 3-point lead. It would look like Sarah Morrison was going to call a timeout there for the Grizzlies. She backs off, and the Titans now in the half court. Lauren Walkley quickly to McDonald. Kendra McDonald almost loses the grip. She gets it back up top. Shot clock's down to 5. Gobet's territory. Fading from 17. Maddie Gobet is going to get the roll. She's taken 2 jump shots in this game. She's got 4 points, and that one on the degree of difficulty with the shot clock running down. A tough shot to hit as Maddie Gobet fades from 17. Jump shot here from Frace on the baseline. Rolls off the back of the iron into the hands of Kendra McDonald. Lauren Walkley now with the basketball. Has her pocket picked there by Jaya Bannerman. Jaya down, wants that one back. She had an opportunity to score it and had a player on her hip, but couldn't score it. Foul being called on Sydney Frace. Down to the final 10 seconds of play here. Lauren Walkley finding Gobet. Maddie turning a corner now, going strong, and Maddie Gobet knifing through the paint, and that's going to do it at the quarter. 24-17, and it's a solid effort here from South Kamloops. 24-17. Gobet with 6, McDonald with 8 among the leading scorers for South Cam. 17 points for GW Graham. They hung tough, but a late surge by the South Cam Titans has them leading by 7 after the opening quarter. Back with more from the Langley Event Center in just a moment. And we're back with you here at the Langley Event Center. Howard Smurr, the second of 2 of our BC Championship games here at the 2018 BC Girls High School Basketball Championships. What a week it's been. It's the 4th of 4 days on the heels of 4 days of BC Junior Boys Championship play. Our 8th straight day here at the LEC. The sweeping turnaround by Deanna Tuchscherer. And there's such confidence right now in player wearing number 14 for GW Graham. A great job there by Tuchscherer. And she gets 2 points her team really needed. They were slumping coming out of that first quarter. Here's Walkley. What a great take to the basket there by Lauren Walkley. Leaves it just shy, and Olivia Morgan-Church is unable to scoop up the carom. So Tuchscherer, boy, she's flashing a ton of guard skills. She comes up in attack mode, facing the basket, ready for a hesitation dribble into the defense, but you know she can go down there as well and just rough it up underneath if she needs to. That drive there, cut off underneath the basket. GW Graham ready to make their first sub of the game. It's going to be Julia Tuchscherer, the younger sister of Deanna Tuchscherer. Thank you from our stats crew. We have some numbers to give you from that opening half of play. The leading scorer with 8 points in that quarter for the Grizzlies was Jaya Bannerman with 8, and Deanna Tuchscherer with 7. No surprise there. They normally lead the team. Great spin move there by Deanna Tuchscherer. Couldn't get it to go. And you know, Deanna Tuchscherer and Olivia Morgan-Church know each other through Canada basketball. They're friends. There's a lot of connections between these two teams club-wise. Talking to Sarah Moritzen after the game, and a real connection between these two teams. I think Maddie Gobet knows a lot of the ladies here too, and I think might even camp out in the summer. So a real family feeling here between these two teams. Jump shot for 3 off the rest there of Walkley, unable to get it to go. Continued move at Kendra McDonald with those 8 points. Kendra off the window, doesn't get the roll in a battle there on the baseline, and it's gobbled up there by the Grizzlies and Julia Tuchscherer. But a steal right down the floor, and Catherine Walkley's going to lay it up and in. What a great job she's doing. 26-19, and they're picking up the tempo here on the Titans. They're turning their defense into offense and doing a real good job of it here. Early moments, second quarter, 26-19, 7-point lead. We didn't let you know about the South Cam players in the opening half, and Maddie Gobet was 6. Lauren Walkley was 7, and Kendra McDonald with 8 are the leading scorers for the South Cam Titans. Here's a elbow jumper. Deanna Tuchscherer will knock that shot down. Titans in the half court. Lauren Walkley, the 3 ball. Great carom underneath there by Morgan-Church. So Morgan-Church is extending and getting the finish there, so a great job for her. (28-21), it's a 7-point lead. And Deanna Tuchscherer has been impressive for GW Graham. Shot clock's down to 1. Tuchscherer's going to hoist it, but a great defensive stand here by the Titans. GW Graham, Sarah Moritzen, the head coach, asking for time here. Churches with an offensive board, they'll recycle the possession. Lauren Walkley looking cross court, finding Catherine. Step back 3. Sis can't get it to go, and into the hands of Sydney Frace. GW Graham can't get into an offensive rhythm here. Tuchscherer wants to end that, and she works hard down low. The spin move against Olivia Morgan-Church's. Foul getting called against McDonald. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well and be back with more from the Langley Event Center in just a moment. And we're back with you here at the Langley Event Center. Deanna Tuchscherer set to step up to the free throw line. These Grizzlies trying to cut into a 7-point deficit. Tuchscherer's second is going to go and make it a 6-point game. South Kamloops and GW Graham both improving their plays. This tournament has gone along. They have been impressive to watch. Tough break there for GW. They're going to turn over the ball quickly. Coming out of a timeout, and Lauren Walkley. There's some purpose behind that dribble as number 7 pounces on a loose ball, turns a tight corner to the basket and lays it up, and it now gets a steal. And Walkley one-on-one against Deanna Tuchscherer, and Tuchscherer is going to get called for the foul. Just didn't want to give Lauren Walkley the easy one underneath. So Deanna making a statement there, but it's going to be Lauren Walkley at the free throw line, 30-22. A chance to make it a 10-point lead for this team coached by Del Komarniski. His assistant Ken Olynyk. Of course, Ken Olynyk coached South Cam to back-to-back girls championships in 2012 and 2013. That 2013 one especially memorable today. It was the first girls championship played here as part of the move from Capilano University to the Langley Event Center back in 2013. It was a great team, of course, with the post-Emma Wolfram headed to Gonzaga, but the terrific, one of the most dominant players in the history of BC girls high school basketball. Tuchscherer again, this time the kick to the weak side, and a nice job there. And our thanks as well to Scott Stewart, the sports information director here at Trinity, always looking after me and delivering me a care package today. So if you hear some crunching in the background, it's simply me eating my my treat from Wendy's. 31-22 is the score here. Timeout, we'll take a short break as well. Back with more from the LEC in just a moment. Rejoining you here as we reach the midway mark. Great look from Lauren Walkley down to Olivia Morgan-Churches. And she will lay it up and in. The 11-point lead now, the largest for the game. South Kamloops making it happen. And this is impressive when you consider Maddie Gobet was such an offensive force the first 2 games, or the last 2 games of this tournament. And right now, everybody is contributing. You see the great game that Kendra McDonald has brought at that 4th spot, the power forward position for this Titans team. You also see how Lauren Walkley is just doing everything on the defensive and offensive sides of the ball, and you still have both Morgan-Churches at 6'6" and Gobet right now really more of a decoy. She's just happy her teammates are all involved. There's Morgan-Churches getting a rebound, the kick back up top. Great chemistry to Gobet into traffic. And we'll see if the foul gets called against Julia Tuchscherer. Indeed it will. So Maddie Gobet stepping up to the free throw line. Gobet was 10 of 14 on Thursday and she was 17 of 17 yesterday. And wow, a rare miss there for Gobey. Gobey makes the second. All South Cam here, 34-22, a huge lead. That pushed out to 12 points now. Deanna Tuchscherer, double team, kicks it back out. Duick. Down to Tuchscherer, back up top to Frace, a nice step to the basket, and it's going to get the roll. Cuts it to 10 points, much needed offense there for GW Graham. They're down by 10 points here, 4:05 from the half. Catherine Walkley on the baseline. She's had a terrific first half here for the Titans. Gobey's easy entry down to Churches. She'll kick it back up top to McDonald. And that's the shot clock. They weren't even looking. I got fooled too. I was not thinking the shot clock was in any kind of jeopardy, but it ran out. And the Titans will turn it over. Duick now with the basketball. Jump shot here from Julia Tuchscherer, and she knocks down the jump shot. So Tuchscherer, the young Grizzly now in the game, cuts that deficit down to 8 points as they continue here to chip away at the stone. They need to continue to get some stops here. Walkley to Gobey. Maddie puts up the three off the back iron. Grabbed out of the sky there by Frace. Grizzlies now back up with Sydney Owens, number 6. Owens off the window, and that's a 3-ball. So this is a 7-0 run by the Grizzlies to cut it to 5. Gobey wants to end it with a 3-ball. She doesn't. It's rebounded by Frace, and here they come again. They've got a 7-0 run going. They've cut it to 5 points. A turnover, though, to Lauren Walkley, and Lauren's going to get fouled from behind by Owens and head to the free throw line. Jaya Bannerman set the check in soon for GW Graham as Lauren Walkley knocks down a couple. Catherine and Lauren Walkley, along with Kendra McDonald, number 15, Olivia Morgan Churches, number 14, and Maddie Gobey, number 4, are the 5 Titans on the floor right now. Here's Duick. They'll move the ball, the shot clock down to 7. They'll call a travel as Frace attempted to put the ball on the deck and head towards the basket. Watching that, South Cam head coach Del Komarniski thought he was going to call a timeout there. 3-ball right over the goal, a chase, and it's going to go off of Kendra McDonald. I believe it'll be GW Graham ball. And GW Graham out in force again with their fan section. Always nice and vocal here at the LEC. Sydney Frace with the basketball. Walkley guarding her. They move it around the horn. Eliza Duick finding Tuchscherer, one bounce and a turnaround, and there she is, Deanna off the glass to lay it up and in, and a big basket there as this big run continues for the GW Graham Grizzlies. What a job they're doing in rallying back from 12 down. Walkley's 3, big rebound. McDonald right through her hands, chasing down a loose ball. They will recycle the possession, though, as Catherine Walkley now with the basketball. She'll put it on the deck, drive baseline, go up hard, and No foul called underneath. Tuchscherer head manning to Bannerman. Jaya in the open court. Weaves and finds a trailer on the play, and that's Eliza Dewick knocking down a nice shot there. So here come the Grizzlies, are just down by 3. Seems like just a moment ago it was 12 as we get down to 1 minute remaining in this first half of play. Huge comeback by the GW Graham Grizzlies. Morgan Churches will put up the 3-ball. Unsuccessful. Jaya Bannerman with the rebound. Grizzlies could actually tie with a triple. What a comeback it's been. Well timed as they head into the half. Tuchscherer, huge swath she cuts there. She puts it off the window. Can't get it to go. So South Cam will take a time with 27.9 seconds left. We'll take a short one as well. Be back to center court in just a moment for the final moments of the opening half of the BC Girls AA Championship Final here from the LEC. And hope you join us tomorrow at 3:30 on TFSC TV for the Boys Draw Show. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. My friend Chris Kennedy and I will debut the draws tomorrow. Here's Gobey pulling up. Maddie off the back iron, down to 11 seconds left in this opening half. Dewick, Eliza, the great shooter for this GW Graham team. Tuchscherer, though, wants the 3. Ooh, Deanna not off the mark by much. Put it up, it's good if it goes, and it doesn't. By Julia Tuchscherer at the end of this first half of play. GW Graham salvages a ton here. They were in danger of falling out of this basketball game, but a huge rally from 12 down brings them to within 3. 36-33 our score here at the half. Be back with the second half and much more from the Langley Event Center in just a moment. And the clock says 44 seconds to the start of this second half of play. We are right at the middle of our 3 championship finals here today on Super Saturday from the Langley Event Center, BC Girls High School Championship Basketball Variety. We've already seen the Walnut Grove Gators win the BC Girls Junior Championship. Right now, the South Cam Titans with a 36-33 lead at the half, but it's a 14-2 GW Graham run to end that second quarter. And so the momentum, we'll see if anything happens with the mojo here after that halftime break. But a tremendous effort by GW Graham to get right back into this basketball game. Lauren Walkley with 12 points to lead the Titans. 12 points for Deanna Tuchscherer, the leading scorer for GW Graham. And here she is again. Tuchscherer underneath the basket, gets her own miss. Drop step, pivot underneath the basket, and she will draw the contact play right through it and get to the free throw line. That's Deanna Tuchscherer.
Well, Taylor's tying Catherine Walkley. Her first personal foul, 13th foul this quarter for the team.
Coming together here today for Tuchscherer. She is aggressive with the basketball, but also if you've watched her play over the years, see the things she's adding to that game every year. Those guard skills facing the basket are certainly something she's added over the last few seasons. Great to see her facing the basket, takes threes now, and is as tough as they come underneath in the paint. Here she is trying to block out and deny Morgan Churches the basketball. Maddie Gobey's drive right into Duick, and that is going to be a foul on Duick, her first of the game. It'll send Maddie Gobey to the free throw line. Gobey feathers home the first free throw, makes it 37-35. Second one good as well for the South Kamloops Star, 38-35, a 3-point lead for the Titans. GW Graham now with the basketball. We go to Tuchscherer again, becoming a familiar sight. This time, some quick feet on the baseline for a reverse layup, doesn't go for Deanna. And Gobey now with the basketball, quickly up the court. Maddie, tough angle shot. Great job there for McDonald to try and rip it away, but it leaks loose and ends up in the hands of Sprott down the floor. Here's Duick turning a corner to the free throw line, looking for that high-low down to Deanna Tuchscherer underneath the basket. Ball goes out of bounds. Underneath Tuchscherer, easy two. And that makes it a 1-point game. GW Graham gets their bearings, and now South Cam wants to rediscover their magic. Boy, they were scoring all over the place in the opening stages. Morgan Churches can't squeeze it. They go to the ground in a battle for that loose ball. GW Graham. Huge spurt of momentum here. Gobey, though, off the inbound. She's so hard to stop. She gets where she needs to go, and she brings some punch and some strength when she does it. Duick's going to pick her second foul of this half, her second of the game as well. Gobey just lives at the free throw line. Just so strong on the dribble. When she commands that dribble, it's just basically, it's her basketball. Just kind of becomes her world at this level. Tuchscherer cutting to the basket. Here's Lauren Walkley. What a great first half she had. To Catherine Walkley, to McDonald on the baseline. Kendra with the basketball now, finding Morgan Churches, and what a great move there. Quick turnaround, soft touch off the glass from Olivia Morgan Churches, and the lead back to 5 points for South Cam. Jump shot up, it's rebounded there by Gobet. Taking it right to the hole, can't get the finish there, was Lauren Walkley. Interesting to watch. Del Komarniski, the head coach, has been involved with both the boys and girls programs at South Cam, as has Ken Olynyk. Back up top to Duick driving, kicking to Bannerman on the baseline. Jaya trying to make her way through it. Morgan Church is right there to reject her and get Gobet going down the floor. Maddie now putting some physicality into it. Morgan Churches and Olivia Morgan Church is playing a little bit more with determination here, and she's getting things done. Had a nice finish at the rim, and this time gets to the free throw line. Both Morgan Churches and Deanna Tuchscherer both not here for the Summer Basketball Invitational in mid-December. As we mentioned, Canada basketball commitments for both of those players. But we certainly saw Jaya Bannerman stepping out of the shadows in that tournament as well. We saw Maddie Gobet as the #1 option for South Cam, just doing a great job. And of course, she remains that even with Morgan Churches in the lineup, but having to do an extra bit more. There's a jumper there, and that's going to fall for Sydney Frace. 43-40, making a 3-point lead here. GW Graham not going away. South Cam hoping to dig in its heels and reestablish itself. Here's Gobet. Physically, we talked about that dribble. Oh, this time though, she leaves it right on the rim. And Maddie Gobet crashing to the ground as she tries to get a rebound out of her range, but the hustle worth it. They call a jump ball. And GW Graham with the basketball. Frace to Sprott, number 10. Julia back up top to Deanna Tuchscherer, swinging it down low to Frace, and there's a battle for the ball there. Two players who are not afraid to get after it anywhere on the floor, and that's Deanna Tuchscherer and Maddie Gobet. So interesting to watch that battle. Kendra McDonald cross-court pass. Lauren Walkley right to the rim, and that was Lauren Walkley in the first half. Morgan Churches had a great look but couldn't finish it underneath. So 2 attempts there go awry. Tough break there, but a great move down the court by Duick. Her reverse won't go. A scramble for a loose ball. It's going to go out of bounds. Julia Sprott getting called for the foul. I believe that's her first of the game indeed. It'll be the 4th team foul here as we approach the midway mark of the 3rd quarter. Gobet, tough take inside, loose ball on the floor. Kendra McDonald, quick hands on defense to get it back. New shot clock for the Titans. The ball in a 3-point lead. Catherine Walkley's triple off the mark. Emotional victories last night, under 24 hours later, playing a game in the biggest game of their season. Both these teams looking for a BC title here tonight. Here's Frace from the top for 3, off the back iron, a rebound. Deanna Tuchscherer attempting to rip it away, helping Maddie Gobet up. Those two acquaintances. Tuchscherer up top to Eliza Duick. Bannerman now to Sprott, feeding Frace, one bounce in rhythm to Duick for 3. It's her shot. She's going to knock it down. Eliza Duick in rhythm is such a dangerous shooter. And I was just going to remark, they have not found the opportunity for Eliza to tee it up, and it's right there for her. She knocks it down and she ties this game at 43. Baseline jumper there for McDonald into the hands of Sprott. So now a chance for these Grizzlies to take a lead, and they will do it right there with Deanna underneath. Tuchscherer will lay it in. And so South Cam calls for time. They got to figure something out. They got to find a way to stop the bleeding from their perspective. GW Graham at 1 point trailing by 12, now leads by 2, a 14-point swing from some later moments in the second quarter. So a great job by the Grizzlies to come back. And a South Cam timeout means it's a bit of urgency for the Okanagan champs here. Of course, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We will follow with Walnut Grove and Kelowna. And I curse spell check sometimes, even on Twitter. I had sent out a tweet earlier today about Tavia Rowell and Taya Hansen and how much I'm looking forward to it. And someone came up to me and said, Howard, did you know that you've called Taya Hansen Taylor Hansen? So I had to take that tweet down. Of course we know it's Taya Hansen. I've written about her for 3 years. So apologies to Taya, to Kelowna, and everybody else. Hope we got that cleaned up. And I see I got a bunch of messages. I'm sure people are telling me, you know, her name is Taya. And I think we're going to get that right when the game starts. So apologies to the Owls, Taya Hansen, and we can't wait for that game to start. It's going to be a terrific one. Right back out of the timeout now, 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. And GW Graham on a roll. Their run was 14-2 to end the first half, and they've kept up the pace here to take the lead. Here's Gobet. She will knock down a triple. Maddie Gobet answering the bell, coming out of the timeout, a big shot for number 4. What can't she do? Brings the physicality, tremendous free throw shooter, and now knocking down a triple. Deanna, ooh, a reach going to be called there, perhaps. We'll see what happens. Catherine Walkley being number 9 being called for the foul, her second of the game. And that's the second team foul of the quarter. Three-pointer being hoisted there by Frace, and Sydney Frace, known as a rebounder, has hit a couple of triples in this game. So Frace doing a nice job there, knocking down the triple, and South Cam needs a response here. Walkley underneath on the baseline. Morgan Churches right into the hands of Deanna Tuchscherer. And here she comes back down the floor. Number 14 has a purpose here in that dribble. Don't get in the way. Lauren Walkley simply bounced off of her. Going down to Deanna. She gets it and turns around with this such purpose there. Deanna Tuchscherer is pumped. And she's going to head to the free throw line with 3:21 left in the third quarter.
Foul Titans 9, Catherine Walkley, her third, 13th foul. Deanna Tuchscherer at the line.
So Tuchscherer makes the first free throw. Unable to hit the second, but a 3-point lead now for the Grizzlies. Here's Gobet right down the floor. Here's Tuchscherer leading the break the other way, skipping the Jaya Bannerman down the floor. Jaya's going to get called for the travel. Lost the pivot there as she tumbles to the court. South Cam will make a sub now. It's Fiona Briscoe back into the game, or I think Fiona making her first appearance. She saw some quality floor time yesterday. Briscoe now into the game, wearing number 11 for the Titans. Lauren Walkley looking for McDonald, who was so successful early. This time Lauren takes it hard to the basket, and she will draw the contact. Fiona Kendra, we'll get that right. Kendra McDonald to the free throw line. South Kamloops in the early going, finding high percentage shots, great ball movement. and they built that big 12-point lead. Looked like they might be able to run away with the basketball game, but here came the Grizzlies. And they, led by the inspired play of Deanna Tuchscherer, have come roaring back. Julia Tuchscherer now into the game. Frace will take a seat. So Sprott, both of the Tuchscherer sisters, Jaya Bannerman, and number 9, Eliza Dewick, now in the game for GW Graham. Entry, kick back out. Deanna for 3. Bingo. 2:38 left in the third quarter, and Deanna Tuchscherer hits a 3-ball. And that's a 52-48 lead for GW Graham. Morgan Churches, a bit out of her comfort zone, passes it to Lauren Walkley, who's going to rattle that one home. Much needed for South Cam to stay in this basketball game. Sprott, Deanna Tuchscherer down to the corner. Dewitt got out of trouble. They are finding their way around the court. The shot clock went down to 5. It resets with the South Kamloops possession. Down to under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Lauren Walkley. High tempo to the basket for Walkley. The foul being called against Jaya Bannerman. It'll be Jaya's first of the game. We mentioned it yesterday. 3 players in this game are Baden BC SSBA Super 15 Dream Team members, of course. Jaya Bannerman, Deanna Tuchscherer from GW Graham, and Maddie Gobet from South Cam, among 3 of the top 15 players in BC in this basketball game today. So congratulations to those ladies for the honor. .145 left here in the third quarter as Gobet held at bay underneath the basket. A recycle though for a new shot clock for the Titans, and it'll move it around the horn. Gobet penetrating on the baseline. Maddie plays it off the window with precision. She's going to tie the game at 52. Battle for a loose ball there. And it's going to be Dewick and Briscoe. The alternating possession, giving the ball to South Kamloops. The teams have settled in. We're starting from scratch here with 11-14 to go in this game. Sydney Owens will check in at the next break for GW Graham, wearing number 6. Briscoe, handoff. Walkley is so deceptive. She's like a water bug out there. You don't know where she is. She gave the ball left, went to a space, and before you know it, she's turning a corner on the baseline for the lay-in. 54-52, the lead reclaimed here by South Cam. Tuchscherer hard to the hole, and it will be slapped away, and Deanna Tuchscherer will step up and shoot some free throws. The foul being called. So the foul being called against Lauren Walkley of the Titans. Deanna Tuchscherer making the first free throw. They're all knotted up at 54. As this third quarter winds to an end. Ebbs and flows, and it's set up as a 10-minute showdown for the BC Girls Championship. 3.5 seconds difference between the clocks here as GW Graham comes down the floor with 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Owens down on the baseline to share the drive and kick back up top to do it to Sprott. 3-ball. Julia Tuchscherer just off the mark. She went in and out of the cylinder. And now with 2 seconds left, Walkley, that would have counted if it went. It doesn't. It's tied at 54-54. after 3 quarters. What a game it's been. What a 4th quarter it's going to be. Hope you'll stay with us. Howard Samura back with more from the Langley Event Center in just a moment. As we dial up some excitement here, 4th quarter in a 54-54 deadlock. Can you ask for anything more from the sport of high school basketball than a tie game headed into the 4th quarter for a provincial title? But a game that's been Tuchscherer, strong turnaround move. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the GW Graham. 6 on the shot clock. Owen set to inbound the basketball. Tuchscherer, turnaround move as she lunges towards the basket. Can't get it, gets a loose ball on the other side. Morgan Churches all over her, and Deanna Tuchscherer somehow gets it back up top to Duick. This time back to Tuchscherer for 3 off the side iron. And there they go to the floor in a scramble and a battle. Kendra McDonald now with the basketball. Started off so strong for the Titans. He was huge in the opening quarter. Here's Gobey, the drive into traffic. It's just a mass of bodies in the paint. There hasn't been a 3 in the key called in this game. There is a constant mass of players underneath the, there's no room to move. And you can blame Tuchscherer and Olivia Morgan Churches for a lot of that with the big wingspan and presence they bring in the paint. And I say that obviously in jest. Here's Sprott. Shot clock's down to 10. Tuchscherer now at the top, looking for Sydney Owens in the corner. Kicking back out to Tuchscherer and Deanna with the basketball. 8:47 left in this game. And Deanna with a 3, the assist to her sister. (57-54) the score. So Deanna Tuchscherer getting called for the foul. Olivia Morgan Churches at the free throw line. So GW Graham took a 3-point lead. South Cam's got 2 of those back, courtesy of Olivia Morgan Churches down on the free throw line. Owens will put up the 3. She's in and out. Maddie Gobey slows it up at the half court. Turns the corner, wants to go right to the basket. Tuchscherer there, no foul called in a physical battle for the basketball in the half court. Gobey's shot partially blocked. Jaya Bannerman will check in soon for the Grizzlies. One-point lead here for GW Graham. They have the basketball. Owens down in the corner. Duick for 3. Very makeable shot for Duick. Didn't have the accuracy that time. Kick it back up top. Gobey thought about a jump shot. Instead will just take a hard drive to the basket. goes out of bounds, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney Frace and Jaya Bannerman both checking into the basketball game now. Julia Tuchscherer favoring her right leg as she comes off the floor. Owens as well coming out. So the Grizzlies have their starting group on the floor. Ditto for the Titans. They mean business. Both teams with their starting fives back in the game in their entirety. Frace with a rebound as the shot clock expires. Bannerman now with the basketball for GW Graham. Tuchscherer corner. Do it back up top to Deanna. She follows her miss, goes running into the paint, but crashes into Kendra McDonald. And we'll see if that's going to be against. Indeed, it will be against Tuchscherer, her second foul of the game. Foul issues, such a bugaboo for teams yesterday in the Final Four. Have not been a huge issue here today. Kendra McDonald looking for a cutter. It's Lauren Walkley. Gobet driving in, and Maddie Gobet, you might as well say it's Maddie time. Late stretches of a game, a tight game. South Cam wants to have Maddie Gobet at the free throw line. Build up that opposition foul count as soon as I said there hasn't been a huge issue. Of course, Sydney Frace did have 4 and she's fouled out of the game. So number 16 now checking in for GW Graham, Kennedy Hall. Kennedy Hall, the 5'10", grade 9. Gobet hits them both. South Cam with a 1-point lead. Bannerman. Tuchscherer's quick move. Deanna off the window, doesn't go. Falling backwards, Gobet acrobatically coming down with that basketball. Kennedy Hall getting called for the foul, her first of the game, newly checked into the game for the Grizzlies. Maddie Gobet doing what she does late in games, just putting the body on the line there. That ball ricochets off of Kendra McDonald quickly to Lauren Walkley. Walkley looking for a cutting Gobet down on the baseline. They scramble for a loose ball down there. 4 on the shot clock. Quick decisions here. Walkley inbounding. Catherine's got to put it up quickly. She does. Can't draw iron on the shot clock violation. Good defense there from GW Graham. The Grizzlies get a stop. Down to 6 minutes remaining in this basketball game. It's a 1-point game. And off the steal, tough break there. Catherine Walkley would love to have that back. She had a Grizzly on her shoulder all the way down the court, couldn't finish it. Do it back up top. Deanna Tuchscherer from the international three-point line. She'll knock it down. So Deanna Tuchscherer, what a great game she's having. Hits the big three there to make it 60-58, GW Graham. Her big three ball about 3 minutes ago had put her team up 57-54. This time, snapping a 54-54 tie. This time she brings it from a point down with a three to make it 60-58. And what a presence Tuchscherer's had in this basketball game. And Deanna Tuchscherer, 30 points now on 4 of 9 shooting from beyond the arc. What a game she's having with the BC title on the line and her team leading by 2. Answering the bell is Deanna Tuchscherer here today. Here's Lauren Walkley, what she does best, just takes what the defense gives her, goes right to the rim for the lay-in. Bannerman now with the basketball. Keeping it moving around the horn. Tuchscherer almost dispossessed of the ball. Instead, Bannerman pulls up. Shot looked true, but it comes up a bit shy and pulled out of the wreckage there by Catherine Walkley. Gobey, turnaround shot. Maddie with a nice touch. 62-60, South Kamloops. They're on a 4-point run here. When you look at what Tuchscherer and Gobey have brought to this basketball game, you know it's going to come down to the duo. Here's Deanna down low. She'll kick it to Jaya for 3. Bannerman up top. Sprott back up top to Duick. They'll move it around the horn. Deanna puts it on the ground, gets by Morgan Churches, but can't finish it off. And the rebound quickly gobbled up there by Lauren Walkley. Walkley works off the screen. Bannerman in pursuit. Shot clock now down to 10, 4:15 remaining. Morgan Churches extended out of her range, but she'll put it on the deck nicely. Finds McDonald going to the basket, couldn't score it. A tough break there. For some reason, Kendra McDonald unable to get up the shot she wanted underneath the basket. Not sure if somebody got a hand in there or not. Look at that. Deanna Tuchscherer almost has it knocked away by Catherine Walkley, and a great job by the Titans, number 9. And those active hands on defense. Sydney Owens now checking into the game for Kennedy Hall. Remember, Sydney Frace is fouled out of this basketball game. 3:52 remaining. 2-point lead for South Cam in the white. They're defending right now as Jaya Bannerman inbounding to Owens. Oh, batted away there as Gobey gets a hand in the passing lane, and Maddie leading her team down the floor, powering to the basket, playing it off the window, can't get it. Great rebound there by McDonald to recycle the possession. And South Cam continuing to survive with the basketball, a chance to open up a 2-possession lead here as we head down to 3:20 remaining. An absolute classic here right now. Gobey, the drive. South Cam stands her ground. Somehow she gets another opportunity. Morgan Churches trying to get it, but she falls backwards. And right down the floor with Deanna Tuchscherer. To Owens. Back up top to Bannerman. They'll reset the offense, and Tuchscherer sets the high screen and releases. Baseline Duick. Sprott's got a chance here. She's going into traffic, and it'll go out of bounds. These possessions winding down right now. Tuchscherer for 3 at the shot clock buzzer, can't get it to go. Gobey enough to help teammate Walkley get the basketball. 2:39 remaining. What a game, what a game, what a game. Morgan Churches, beautiful turnaround, can't find the bottom of the rim there. And Bannerman now. Turnaround move. Deanna lost control of it. Tuchscherer trying to swing it back into play, and it's going to end up in the hands of the Titans. Lauren Walkley, dangerous on her drives underneath, dishes to Morgan Churches. Look at the effort from Julia Sprott, number 10, as she gets a hand on the basketball and battles for it underneath. 1:59 remaining. We're under 2 minutes remaining. What a game. we've got going on right here. Seven on the shot clock here for the Titans as they inbound the basketball. Catherine Walkley, entry. Morgan Churches up top to Maddie Gobet. Maddie will attack the basket. Left-hander off the rim and out. So GW Graham, South Cam has been frustrated a couple times down the floor, and so has GW Graham. We're locked at a two-point game here. Bannerman. Ooh, she will knock the shot down. That's a long two, I believe. With 1:35 left, Bannerman. And it's all tied up at 62. That jump shot is not going to go for Catherine Walkley. Ball being pinballed around, and again on the floor battling for that loose ball. Possession arrow favoring GW Graham with 1:08 remaining. Timeout being called by the Grizzlies. We'll take a timeout as well and return with the final moments of the fourth quarter here from the Langley Event Center. Here they come on to the floor of the South Kamloops Titans, the GW Graham Grizzlies, 1:08 remaining. And what more can you ask for? A 62-62 tie. And that inbounds to Bannerman. Ooh. Over and back called. It's going to be South Kamloops in the front court. With 1:05 remaining. Costly turnover, boy. They're magnified when they happen, obviously, at this stage of the season. This juncture of a championship game. Here they are. Oh, and she's going to get called for the travel. Both teams are thinking too much about something, and we know what that is. Lauren Walkley there with the travel, another timeout call. So the teams are going to talk it over. We'll take another short break and be back as the BC Girls AA Championship Final winds itself down here from center court at the Langley Event Center. .01 remaining. GW Graham with the basketball. And a 62-62 tie. This time they keep possession. Tuchscherer driving. Under a minute remaining. Deanna can't get the roll underneath the basket, and South Kamloops now with the basketball. Maddie Gobet to Lauren Walkley as the second stick down of 45 seconds left in this game. Gobey for three from the top. Oh, it teeters off the rim and comes out. So Tuchscherer with a miss down low. Gobey with the miss on the three. 10-second difference on the clocks here in the building. 27 seconds left here as Duick goes to Tuchscherer. The end of the bounce, the turnaround, the scoop off the window goes with 19.2 seconds remaining. Deanna Tuchscherer with a turnaround move, and she's going to bank it in off the window. What a dramatic basket by Deanna Tuchscherer after she had missed earlier down low. And after Gobey had missed on a three. And so we sit with a 64-62 GW Graham lead. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take another look at it. Tuchscherer missing, or rather, no, they're showing a make there. They're showing makes here, but a dramatic sequence that led up to it, certainly. And Gobey had a good look at the three. Deanna Tuchscherer had missed on a layup opportunity. Maddie Gobey had missed on a three, and then they came down the floor, and the layup is good. But there's 19.2 seconds left in this game. Can you handle it? GW Graham playing for its first championship in its first ever appearance in a senior varsity girls basketball BC final. And as we inbound the basketball now to Lauren Walkley, the clock ticking down to 16 seconds. Walkley, Gobey, Maddie drives. Back to back, and they're going to get the basket underneath. Kendra McDonald with 6.2 seconds left. I believe that was Kendra McDonald. I'll check with our stat crew. Was that Kendra McDonald, number 16, that scored the basket? I just wanted a confirmation. There were so many bodies from our location, but clearly Kendra McDonald with that basket. So Kendra McDonald with a huge start to this game has a huge shot near the end of regulation. A lay-in there for Kendra McDonald to tie the game at 64. There was penetration by Gobey, and from our vantage point, I couldn't quite tell if Gobey was, if it was rejected back to her or if it was a back pass. Well, now hearing it was Lauren Walkley with the basket. Okay, so we'll go with that, with Lauren Walkley. And with 6.2, they begin play again. Apologies, and it's now down to 3.9. So Lauren Walkley getting called for the foul there. Fouls to give in this situation. Inbound now from Duick to Bannerman. Tie game here, 1 second remaining. Oh, and it rolls off the rim, back of the rim by Tuchscherer. So we are headed to overtime in a BC AA championship final. What a game, can you handle this? Headed to overtime. What a finish at both ends of the floor. Lauren Walkley with the lay-in to tie the score. What a day of basketball it's been. A super tight game in the junior final that was broke open by a late Walnut Grove surge, and now we head to overtime here in an exciting BC Girls AA Championship final. as I look at the records, no game indicates it has gone to overtime, so I'm not sure if they are simply not indicating games in overtime. I profess not to be an expert on a tournament that was held for many, many years in Kamloops. But I'm also not saying this isn't the first overtime game in BC girls AA championship history. Either way, Lauren Walkley with the lay-in ties it. 6.2 seconds, and now we're into overtime. It'll be a 5-minute overtime. The take and the lay-in there by Lauren Walkley. She's having a great game. So wrestling there for a loose ball. Sprott along with Maddie Gobet of the Titans. That was Tuchscherer, I believe, that had that last look in regulation. A look that would have won the game. Jaya Bannerman back up top now to Sprott. Cross court they go. Owens to 4 on the shot clock. Here's Tuchscherer, drives Bannerman's 3 as good if it goes. It does not. Well, actually inside the arc. 66-64 the score. Titans with a 2-point lead and the basketball. South Kamloops won their last title 5 years ago, the second of 2 straight. First year here at the LEC. Lauren Walkley right in, couldn't get that finish she wanted. Olivia Morgan Churches unable to squeeze the offensive rebounding opportunity. Goodness, what a game. Maddie Gobet again with the basketball, works off the Morgan Church's screen, high one. Now down to the free throw line, weaves her way around, goes off the glass, can't get it to fall. Kendra McDonald, a nice effort there on the rebound. I thought McDonald had scored that basket in regulation, but they're telling us that it was indeed Lauren Walkley that scored it. Jump shot there from Owens off the mark, and we're about a minute and a half into this 5-minute overtime. Titans scored early in this extra frame, and the 2-point lead is holding here. A sold-out crowd here at center court awaiting the AAA final as well. Morgan Churches down low, can't battle through Deanna Tuchscherer, but the follow from Maddie Gobet, and she's going to get fouled as she gets to the rim, and it's going to be a foul against GW Graham, Maddie Gobet. So Owens with the foul and Gobet. And of course, we told you Maddie Gobet was 17 of 17 from the free throw line yesterday, and she was 10 of 14 the night before. It's going to knock them both down. So suddenly a 4-point lead here for South Kamloops. Owens, Duick, and they're going to call a jump ball there. Possession arrow is going to favor South Cam. So the Titans with a chance to make it a 3-possession lead here, or a 2-possession lead here. A full 2-possession lead we're talking. Catherine Walkley. Gobet driving on the baseline. Ball comes loose, recovered by Kendra McDonald. Shot clock's down to 3, down to 2. They'll put up the shot. Doesn't draw iron, and a great stop there by the Grizzlies. If you're just joining us, Sydney Frace is fouled out in regulation for GW Graham. Duick now with the basketball. Sydney Owens taking the majority of those minutes, obviously, with Frace on the bench. Out there with Sprott and Duick and Bannerman and Tuchscherer, of course. Owens feeding Deanna, strong move to the basket. Can't get the finish. And the rebound by McDonald underneath. Down to 2:11 remaining here. Overtime in the BC Girls AA Championship Final. South Kamloops with a 4-point lead. GW Graham yet to score in this extra frame. Down to 2 minutes remaining. Here they announce to this sellout crowd. Gobey powering through, trips and falls, is going to get called for the travel. And GW Graham has got to start to find some offensive rhythm here. Nothing's easy in overtime, but scoreless in this extra frame. 3:06 into the 5-minute overtime. Jaya Bannerman quickly down the floor for Owens, and right through her hands is Lauren Walkley getting a fingertip on the basketball. Bannerman now to inbound. Owens will feed Deanna Tuchscherer 17 feet from the basket. Tuchscherer turning around to Bannerman again. Shot clock's down to 8. Is aggressive play there from Catherine Walkley. So the foul called against Maddie Gobey. It's her first of the game. 14 on the shot clock, 1:37 left here as GW Graham inbounds. They go to Bannerman. Deanna Tuchscherer. Bodies converge on her. Turnaround shot. Oh, doesn't fall for Deanna Tuchscherer. She gets a loose ball, kicks it back. Ooh, I thought Sprott was going to take that pass. It goes through her and out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say GW Graham ball? There was no South Cam player in sight. That's a South Kamloops ball. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it sure didn't seem like it was GW Graham's ball. Anyway, Sprott with the basketball. They'll swing it around. Owens, jump shot off the back iron. Nobody can score in this overtime. 4 points total have come in the overtime. I believe it's just 1 field goal and 2 free throws. 68-64. Morgan Churches now with the basketball for South Cam. They have the ball in a 4-point lead. Shot clock's down to 8 for Gobey, working off the high screen. Maddie now to Walkley off the side iron. And look at Kendra McDonald recycling what a game she's had for these Titans. We're down to 45 seconds remaining. Catherine Walkley is going to get fouled by Julia Sprott. They're going to shoot free throws. So Walkley is going to miss the first. GW Graham, both of them are going to miss. And Tuchscherer is going to rip the ball away, but Walkley's going to rip it away from Tuchscherer. What a huge play by Walkley. Down to 29 seconds left, and Sprott fouling Gobey. And if there's one player you don't want at the free throw line right now, it is Maddie Gobey. Timeout called on the floor. We're going to keep it right here.
Timeout, Grizzlies.
Got to be especially frustrating for GW Graham. Their comeback from a 12-point deficit to take the lead, lose some of that momentum down the stretch drive, and then the game gets to overtime and their offense dries up. They have not scored in this extra session. Tied at 64. They had the lead with 6.2 seconds left, but Lauren Walkley scoring underneath the basket to send the game into overtime. And from there, it's been 2 Maddie Gobey free throws and a Catherine Walkley basket. No, you know what? I think the statisticians are wrong. That was Kendra McDonald that scored. They just showed the replay. You could clearly see it's 15 scoring the basket. So I don't know if they want to change it or not, but I don't think it was Lauren Walkley. I think it was Kendra McDonald, number 15, that scored it. Just for officialness sake, more important that we obviously pay attention to the game at hand, and that's Maddie Gobet at the free throw line right now. Gobet's going to knock them both down, and that's an imposing lead now. It's a 6-point lead here. The Grizzlies need to get the ball in the hands of Jaya Bannerman for a three here, or Duick. And Duick, oh, and the over and back is going to turn the ball over. A key turnover with 18.3 seconds left. So the break's not going GW Graham's way. They will very quickly foul Maddie Gobet, but this is Maddie's wheelhouse yesterday, of course. Maddie Gobet, as we mentioned, going 17 of 17 all down the stretch drive. She'll knock both of those ones down. (72-64). The air has been let out of the tire here for GW Graham. Tough overtime for them as Sprott is going to score the basketball. Will be the first points of the overtime with 6.1 seconds left. And that's going to send Sprott to the free throw line. Sprott will rattle that one home, 72-67. So a 5-point lead, and they very quickly again foul Maddie Gobet. Oh, Gobet with a rare miss there with 4 seconds left. Bit strong on the free throw. So 5 minutes left, or 4 seconds left, check that. And the make there by Gobet, making it 73-67, and that's going to do it as Bannerman puts up the three. The South Camp Titans are the BC champions of girls AA basketball in 2018. What a job they did to hold off the GW Graham Grizzlies to come through in overtime, and a fantastic finish for the group from Kamloops. They are elated. They are celebrating with their coaching staff, with Coach Ken Olynyk, Del Komarniski as well, leading them to this victory. And look at that, what a scene. The South Kamloops Titans are in tears, and they win a big basketball game here today. 73-67, the final score in overtime. South Kamloops with their first BC Girls AAA title, or BC Girls AA title, since they won the AAA title back in 2013. A special year here, the first year we brought BC Girls High School basketball to the Langley Event Center. Appreciate the scenes here, and a tough loss here for GW Graham, but what a season they've had. School history, getting to the tournament semifinal and final for the first time ever, and Sarah Morrison's crew will have better days ahead. But what a great job done by the South Kamloops Titans today. Howard Smurra here, back with the AAA final in a few moments from the Langley Event Center.